Good morning, everyone. So, today is the last topic, that is plant safety and environmental impact of power plant. So, first question is list social and economical issues related to the power plant. So, first is social issues. So, what are the social issues? So, rehabilitation of affected people to the safe zone with their willingness. Second one is proper and satisfied compensation to the rehabilitating people by the government. Third one is degradation of sustainable growth. Fourth one is migration of people due to water pollution, air pollution, and noise pollution. Fifth one is cultural changes in the people due to migration. Sixth one is shortage of basic immunities due to migration of people. Seventh one is reduction in agricultural land and social culture in villages. Eighth one is education, employment generation, and developing the quality of living standards. Ninth one is treatment of mechanical education, employment generation, and developing the quality of living standards, treatment of municipal water, establishment of solid waste management. Economical issues. See, in this economical issues, the first point is technological development for environment protection and development of local people. Second one is increased national economy due to technological development and revenue income. Third one is technological transfer for development of agricultural production. Fourth one is increased living standards of the people with social welfare. Fifth one is increased national security due to technological development. Sixth one is advanced in research work. Seventh one is opportunity for equal development for all citizen villages. Eighth one is development of employment generation. Ninth one is increased GDP. Tenth one is positive developments in social and cultural activities. 11th is industrial development, and 12th is development of local cultures. So second question is list the reasons for air pollutions due to power plant. So the reasons are, first one is emissions of sulfur dioxide, emissions of nitrogen dioxide, emissions of particulate matter, emissions of oxides of carbon, emission of various trace materials including mercury, radioactive inert gases, gaseous nuclear fuels, etc. So next question is list the water pollutants arise due to power plant. So here the different points are arsenic, selenium, boron, cadmium, mercury, lead, chlorine in cooling water, heated water from condenser discharging into lakes or rivers. Next, discharge of polluted water causes biological effects. Discharge of ash content water in sea or lake, radioactive elements from nuclear power plant, waste from nuclear reactor, that is solid, liquid, gaseous, thermal pollution from thermal power plant. The next question is list the methods of control global warming by power plants. So here the different methods are, first one is dilution through the use of tall chimneys. Power plants and industries should be set up away from the residential areas. Using effective methods, processes, operations and maintenance procedures in power plants. use of recovery systems to recover SO2 and oxides of nitrogen, use of propane as a fuel which is more clean and efficient, preventing deforestation, implementing strict rules in power plants, using smoke control equipments and proper methods of combustion in power plants, removing old equipments and introducing new one, using dust arresters in power plants, using cyclone dust separator, and the last point is maintaining the cleanliness in the city. So fifth question is list the methods suggested for developing the power plant without pollution. Here the first point is tidal power must be developed in coming years which is free from pollution. Settling the nuclear power plants underground preserve the environment would be profitable in the long term. It is proposed to use solar power plant. It is proposed to use wind power plant using the low grade energy exhausted by the steam to reduce thermal pollution of the atmosphere. Offshore setting of power plants to avoid the problems like thermal discharges to the environment from fossil fuels and nuclear power stations. Sixth question is state the measure to be taken by power plant to avoid air pollution. So the answer for this is to control SO2, wet scrubbing, solid absorbent and catalytic oxidation processes may be used to prevent particulates. Wet scrubbers, fabric filters and electroprecipitators are used to control nitrogen oxides emissions from thermal plant, reducing the temperature in combustion zone, time in combustion zone, and using NH3 injection furnace. Next question is state the measures to be taken by power plants to avoid water pollution. The discharge of thermal energy into water is commonly called as thermal pollution. The water pollution is caused by discharging hot condenser water discharged to river. The water pollution is also caused discharging the water carrying the ash discharging into the river. When the heated water from the condensers is discharged into lakes or rivers, the temperature of water increases. The ability of water to dissolve the gases goes down when water temperature increases. The discharge of polluted water causes hydrological and biological effects on the surrounding ecology. Ash content water in sea or lake or river affects the agricultural growth. So how to control this? Construction of separate lake for disposal, a separate cooling ponds, building a separate cooling towers, etc. Next question is state the measure to be taken by power plant to avoid noise pollution. Noise creates the pollution by increasing the sound level of the atmosphere. Heavy noise environment has extremely unpleasant effects on people. Continuous exposure to noise level above the 100 decibel has adverse effect on hearing ability. The noise pollution may also create nervous disorders, brain damage, and temporary or permanent damage to the hearing. Control of noise pollution. Sound proofing system consists of adequate insulating of the turbine body and piping, complete casing of turbo alternator, complete sound proofing of the transformers and switch gears, reducing the working hours of the workers in noise area. So next understanding. So in this understanding, the first question is explain about acid precipitation, acid rain, and acid snow. The answer for this is the combustion of coal, firewood, etc. produces sulfur oxide, nitrogen oxides. The oxides of sulfur and nitrogen interact with water vapor and sunlight and converted into strong acidic compounds such as sulfuric acid, nitric acid. When these acids along with some organic or inorganic chemicals are carried to the earth by rain called as acid rain. The acid rain means excessive presence of acids in the rainwater. Acid rain has an average pH of 5.6. Effects of acid rain. Acid rain harms both plants and soil. Acid rain affects the development of plant roots. Acid rain causes death of the fish, bacteria and plants which are growing in water. Acid rain corrodes metals and building materials. It affects photosynthetic process of plant. Acid rain causes breathing problem. Acid rain damages heart in the human beings. Acid rain can be reduced by using low sulfur coal gasification, sulfurization of fuel gas, producing power by using renewable sources of energy like solar, wind, biomass, hydroelectrical, etc. Next is acid snow. Acidic snow is a mixture of atmospheric water vapor, acidic particles in the form of ice crystals laying on the ground as a white layer. It is caused by H2S, SO2 and nitrogen oxides. When these oxides dissolved in water molecules present in water vapor form a tiny drops of nitric acid and sulfuric acid. When these tiny drops fall as a snow from the clouds, they absorb other acidic particles and gases and becomes more acidic on the earth's surface. Next question is explain about dry deposition and acid fog. When the weather is dry and acid particles may become incorporated into dust or smoke and fall to the ground as dry deposition, these chemicals may sticking to the ground buildings, comes, cars and trees. A lethal form of acidity is known as dry deposition. The dry deposited gases and particles can be washed from the surfaces by rainwater. This rainwater makes the resulting mixture more acidic. About 50% of the acid in the atmosphere falls back to the earth falls back to the earth through dry deposition. Acid fog, collection of ice crystals and acid chemicals suspended in the air at earth's surface is called acid fog. Considerable amount of acidic material have been taken up from the gas phase, resulting in pH values less than 3 in liquid phase. Next question. Explain briefly about greenhouse effect. The progressive warming up of the earth's surface is called greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect is caused by carbon dioxide, chlorofluorocarbons, methane and water vapors in the atmosphere. The carbon dioxide is a natural constituent of atmosphere. The amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere is increasing at an alarming rate. Carbon dioxide is released by combustion of fuels, oxidation of carbon compounds, deforestation, and from the exhaust gases of vehicles. If the amount of CO2 exceeds certain limit, then it does not allow the heat radiations from the earth to pass through it. CO2 layer is transparent to short wave radiations from the sun, but it absorbs the long wave radiations from the earth. Therefore, the increase in level of CO2 in the atmosphere cause greenhouse effect. The net result of all these is to gradual increase in temperature of earth. The gases responsible for causing greenhouse effect are called greenhouse gases. The main greenhouse gases are CO2, chlorofluorocarbons and methane. Impact of greenhouse effect: rising of sea level and decreasing the land area, increased floods and soil erosion, disruption in the ecosystem, increase in rainfall about 10%, increase in desert formation. The effect of greenhouse leads to global warming. Control measures: planting trees to absorb CO2 and to release O2, educating the people by mass media about the importance of trees and plantation, etc. Next question. Discuss the various water and air pollution caused by thermal power plants and its control. So for this the answer would be explained. Answer was explained in question number 6 and 7 in remembering. Next, describe about noise pollution caused by thermal power plant. Discuss about thermal pollution from thermal power plants. So for this refer question number 7 and 8 in remembering. Next, discuss briefly about natural and artificial radioactivity. First is natural radioactivity. Nuclear reactions which occur spontaneously are called natural radioactivity. These reactions occur by unstable isotopes emit radiation till a more stable nucleus is reached. This is a spontaneous disintegration process called radioactive decay. There are 3 naturally occurring radioactive series in the periodic table. These 3 series are uranium series, actinium series and the thorium series. Artificial radioactivity. The nuclear reactions which not occur spontaneously are called artificial radioactivity. These are man-made radioactive isotopes. These reactions occur when stable isotopes are bombarded with neutrons. This method of inducing a nuclear reaction to proceed is known as artificial radioactivity. A set of new elements with atomic number over 92 have been made artificially. Next question is, explain briefly about radiations from the nuclear power plant effluents. Radiations from nuclear power plant effluents are low dose level types of radiations. The effluents are mainly gases and liquids. Sources of effluents vary with the type of reactor. In both pressurized water reactors PWR and boiling water reactors BWR, two important sources of effluents are the condenser steam jet, air condenser ejectors, and the turbine gland seal system. The ejector condenser uses high pressure steam in a series of nozzles to create vacuum and draws the air and other condensable gases from it. The mixture of steam and gases is collected. The steam portion condensed and gases are vented to the atmosphere. In a gland seal, high pressure steam is used to seal turbine bearings. The escaping gland seal steam is also collected and removed in the pressurized water reactor. The effluents come directly from the primary system. In the boiled water reactor, they come from the secondary system. So the radioactive material from the PWR is exhausted is less chance than BWR. Next question is, explain the contribution of power plants for global warming and its effects. The net increase of CO2, chlorofluorocarbon, the compounds in the atmosphere leads to a greenhouse effect. The greenhouse effect causes gradual heating of earth called global warming. The primary source of carbon dioxide and chlorofluorocarbons is the consumption of fossil fuels. The secondary source is the oxidation of carbon compounds in the marshes and forests by natural degradation. The major sinks of CO2 are plants and oceans, but production of CO2 is faster than sinks that absorb CO2. Therefore, the level of CO2 is increasing in the atmosphere. The increase of CO2 in atmosphere has an influence on climate through what is called the greenhouse effect. The CO2 allows the sun rays to pass through it and heats up the earth. But it does not allow the heat radiations being re-emitted by an earth. The net result of all these is to gradual increase in the heating of the earth, which is called as global warming. So effects of global warming. First one is increase in the earth's temperature by 4 degree to 10 degree. If earth continues to warm up, all the glaciers will recede and ice caps in Antarctic and Arctic will begin to melt. Consequently, the sea level increases and most of the cities on the sea shore will be submerged. The global warming reduces the natural phenomenon of the nature. The global warming disturbs the normal life on the earth. Abrupt change in climate, etc. Next question is, explain the purpose of standardization of environmental pollution. So the answer is, reduce the air pollution, improve the access to clean and safe water, promote material management, waste management, and clean sites, enhance joint preparedness for environmental response, enhance compliance assurance and environmental stewardship to guideline, regulate the effect of human activity upon the environment. Thank you.